The room hummed with a fluorescent glow, a rhythmic beeping tethered to the breathing beside me. My heart raced with a guilt I couldn't yet name. The sheets were cold, a reflection of the sterile walls and the antiseptic air. I remember the day I reached for my phone, a simple distraction, or perhaps a lifeline, in the dim light of the bedside lamp. My phone buzzed with a message. Instinctively, I checked. It was from his number. My breath froze. The room seemed to thrum with an eerie silence, louder and more tangible than any noise within these walls. It couldn't be him. He lay still, disconnected from this world, yet his phone, a few feet away, was the harbinger of a shadowy message. "I see you," it read. A chill spread from my spine to my trembling hands as I surveyed the room, the unmoving form, tubes connecting him to life. How was this possible? I felt the tension gather like a storm preparing to break. Before I continue, if you are feeling what I am feeling right now, please leave a like. It helps me keep going. I stared at the words, disbelief battling with logic. Everything around me felt both alien and intimate, the creeping fingers of doubt settling into my bones. I observed the small details, how the curtains danced with the pull of the air conditioning, the whispers of nurses in the hallway, the soft shuffling of slippered feet. My mind teased at threads of reality and reason. Was it a prank? I could almost hear his laughter trickling through my mind's eye, yet there was nothing but silence, and the subtle distress call of machines. This seemed another world, where shadows played tricks, and humanity's deepest fears found voice. An irrational wave of fear surged. What if he was watching? I felt eyes on my back, a trick of stress, no doubt, but felt real enough to chill my veins. Anxiety wrapped around my chest, tight and restrictive. I questioned the reflection I saw in the polished steel of the room, a woman battling unseen ghosts, grasping at clarity, but held captive by a strange encroaching mystery. The air grew thicker as hours turned to echoes. The text remained, a specter demanding attention, its hidden implications, like a festering wound. My reflection blurred in the glass as I squinted at the screen, trying to peel back layers of deception. What was I missing? My mind replayed what he had said, days before the incident. Fragments of conversation brushed off in the routine of life. Could it be a message he had scheduled? A digital goodbye from beyond? No, that was impossible. Yet doubt cast a shadow too dense to ignore. Friends mentioned a pressure he carried, whispered fears when they thought I wasn't listening. Was this a cry for help on some other plane? The room and everything in it became a jigsaw of clues woven into my memories, each piece another step toward understanding, or perhaps accepting. I needed to know, how could I connect what seemed so desperately out of reach? In this hall of mirrors, each question split into a dozen unfathomable answers. The anonymous message began to centralize every thought. I was a moth to its flame, and its illumination burned. With night sinking her fingers deep into the hospital, the sterile hum lulled into a resonance of possibility. Another message pinged. It wasn't me. My heart nearly stopped. My breathing became shallow, each inhalation like a blunted dagger to the chest. The messages, these aching chords wrapped around the essence of time and understanding, were not from him, yet so intricately tied to the marrow of our lives. It brought clarity and discord in unequal measure. The truth etched with such intangible pain, a friend reaching out through his device, the anonymity breaching the curtain of familiarity. Why didn't they just call? Cowardice cloaked in mystique, revealing a friendship's betrayal turned to a macabre game. Unfathomable feelings of betrayal and closure choked me, tearing down pretenses and leaving raw humanity. He hadn't reached out. Someone else had seized that moment. A confession of support crumbled under the weight of deception, twisted into my reality. Emotion welled overflowing in vulnerable acceptance. My tears reflected gratitude, not toward betrayal, but toward the lesson it birthed within. The truth left a trail, a reminder that even within a hospital's tender embrace, shadows play at the tightest bonds, twisting love into territories unknown and unexplored. The human heart, ever so fragile, capable of healing as well as pain. Love breached divides, whispered through uncertainty and trials, loud enough to break the soul. Before you leave, if this moment impacted you as it impacted me, subscribe. I'm sharing every confession, and you never know which one will be next. Subscribe to the channel, and if you can breathe after this, maybe you'll want to hear the next confession too. Sometimes, the truth we avoid is precisely the one we most need to hear. See you in the next video.